Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope your Saturdays are going great so far. In today's video, I wanted to hop on here and share my recipe for the simplest and the quickest Bunjal shrimp recipe. Basically, this is a dried down shrimp curry best served with dal and rice, and it is the perfect weekend food in my opinion. So if you want to see how I put it together, please keep on watching. So I'm starting off with my shrimp. I have these beautiful, really large shrimp, almost like prawns. Basically, you want to use something that is nice and succulent and juicy. So I'm basically going to go ahead and peel these, devein them, clean them, and wash them, and then we can move on into putting this curry together. Once you finish prepping and washing your shrimp, you want to go ahead and put your spice paste together. So in my mortar and pestle, I went in with some garlic cloves as well as some wiri peppers, and I'm going to go ahead and pound these two ingredients up until I get a fine paste. Now, whenever you're making any type of Bunjal meat or anything in general, you want to go ahead and make sure it is nice and spicy and has a kick to it. Of course, if you do not like spice in your food, then you can omit the pepper or you can lessen it, but traditionally Bunjal recipes have a little bit more pepper than your normal curries and stews. Now, once you've got your garlic and the hot pepper pounded out really well, you're going to go in with your spices. So I'm using curry powder as well as masala today. This is the homemade masala that my family makes. If you want to see a video on how I put that together, I'll have the video linked right up here in the right hand corner. Just a little tip about the spices. Whenever making Bunjal dishes or dried curries, usually more masala is added than curry powder. If not, then equal amounts are used. Some people do it differently and they use more curry powder than masala like when making a regular curry, but it is totally up to you. I'm just telling you the way that my family traditionally makes it. So in my recipe, you'll see it linked in the description box down below. You will see all the proper ingredients and measurements, so this way you can put this together and then you can tweak it to your own preferences if you feel like it. Now, once you mix those spices in, you're going to go in with a little bit of water to loosen that paste a bit, and now we are ready to cook. So we are starting off in a saute pan. Today I wanted to go ahead and show you that you do not need to use a karahi or one of those standard heavy bottom pots. You can use any type of pan to put a curry together. So in the pan, I went in with some oil, I went in with some sliced onions, and I'm going to allow these to fry up for just about 30 seconds until they soften up a little bit. Now, once your onions have cooked for about 30 seconds or softened up just a little bit, you can go in with the curry paste that you just made. Now, a little tip for all of you guys. When people make their curries or their Bunjal dishes, a lot of people will put the curry mixture first in the oil versus putting the onions first, and then they'll put the onions after adding that curry paste. Now, I do it both ways. This is just another way that I'm doing it, so this way I can show you guys that there are different variations. Whatever way you do it, as long as you follow the proper methods in making the curries or the Bunjal dishes, you will get a perfect tasting dish, and it will not matter what you added in first. And once you add that curry paste, you're going to allow it to cook for about 5 to 6 minutes until it dries down and until the oil separates back into the mixture. After about 6 minutes, you're going to see that the oil starts to release back from the spice mixture and the whole mixture dries up a little bit as well. So at this point, I am going in with all of my shrimp. Remember, these shrimp were clean, they were deveined, and they were washed really well. A lot of you guys asked me what to clean or wash the shrimp with. Now, I just use a little bit of lime and a little bit of salt, but if you wanted to, you can go ahead and use vinegar or flour. I know some people use that as well. Now, on top of the shrimp, I'm going in with a little bit of chopped tomato. Again, all of my ingredients and measurements will be down in the description box below. And once you go in with the chopped tomatoes, you're going to continue to stir this up and cook it down until all of the shrimp are coated with that spice mixture and the tomatoes have cooked down and the shrimp are fully cooked inside. Now, as soon as you've gone in with your protein of choice, you want to make sure that your heat is on the highest heat. The reason being is because whenever making a Bunjal style dish, you really want it to be nice and dry, so this way you can eat it with other things such as like dal and rice or other veggies and dishes. So you want to make sure to leave it on high, so this way all of the natural juices, when they get released, they dry back up. So my mixture has been cooking for about 4 minutes at this point. As you guys can see, I have a very, very thick sauce that is clinging to the shrimp, and it will dry up even more as it cools. Now I'm just going in with some salt to taste. I didn't add it earlier or else the shrimp would have released too much water. And that is it. If you had any fresh scallions, you could go ahead and top it off with, but I sadly did not have any on hand this day. But anyhow, if you enjoyed this recipe, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet, and leave your comments down below.